Brian Flores took a different approach than many of us have seen before. Very reminiscent of Roger Staubach.
Yeah, so we can compare a rookie QB to a toddler.
So that's why I have the Mavs winning in 7, and then Luka's just going to be Luka.
Hayward's absence for this game will be significant, and I wouldn't be surprised if this game turns into a blowout as of late.
The Golden Knights just can't pull it. I really think the Avalanche are determined this year.
They made so many moves and grabbed so many guys that they have to win a championship or at least make the finals. They were on our championship and bust.
Dallas has just been on a tear. I believe we can attribute that to Jason Robertson. Also, Jake Ottinger, who's really stepped in.
Kaprizov and the rest of this crew. Jordan Greenway, who doesn't get enough props. He definitely is somebody who needs to be mentioned more. I definitely think this is going to be a great series, and I'm interested to see how much Kaprizov can impact the game as a rookie.
Yeah, and as a Cowboys fan, I have learned how dangerously good Aaron Rodgers has been with he can just thread a pass.
Is the Avalanche versus the Blues. I believe the Blues are starting to play some of their best hockey all year, so they can push this to 6 games.
If Leiter's there, I'm happy with Leiter because I think he fits into what you were saying about a much quicker thing. But if Leiter's not there, which is seeming so, I say Jordan Lawler at number 2.
The same self. The only year he won an MVP was the year he cheated, which really should put something against that MVP. But
there will be a Rodgers playing for Green Bay, even though he may not be the quarterback. But it's still unknown there. Austin is giving me the dead stare, so I guess don't mention Aaron Rodgers to him right now.
A top 3 corner in the league in Jair Alexander, and pairing him with a really fast corner should definitely assist in their ability to guard anybody in their division and anybody in the league.
Hello, I am Ruby Ackerman, and you are listening to Outsider's Opinion with Kevin and Austin.
What's up, y'all? NBA season is almost here. I get to see the Mavs play October 21st. I get to wear my Luka jersey. I'm already wearing when the season starts on Tuesday, I'm wearing my Dirk jersey just to get prepared. I got to wear all those jerseys. So we're doing a predictions video, if you did not notice, because we haven't done one yet, and the season is about to start. So Austin and I, of course, have not seen it, and here are the points. It's very similar style-wise to our NHL predictions, where we are doing playoffs as well. So here are the points. 1 point for picking the right playoff teams. 2 points for the right amount of final games that happen in the finals. 3 for the finals MVP winner. 4 for the first round winners. 5 for the second round winners. 6 for conference finals winners. 7 for the finals winner. So Austin, we're going to start with the East, and then I believe do the East playoffs, then the West and West playoffs. So
Yep.
I'll let you start yours.
Yeah, so let's get right into it. It's going to be a really fun season. I don't have my jerseys here with me, but if I did, I'd definitely be wearing my Bradley Beal jersey to start off this year. I already missed my jerseys back home, but I'm definitely excited for this season, and I'll be watching the first Wizards game. So let's get into it. Both sides, East and West, are going to be very, very close. There's a lot of parity in both conferences. So let's get it going. For the East, I have Bucks at 1, Nets at 2, Bulls at 3, Heat at 4, Wizards at 5, Hawks at 6, Celtics at 7, Hornets at 8, 76ers at 9, Pacers at 10. What about you?
Wow, that's not too bad. So my number 1 is the Nets. Number 2 is the Heat. I really like the addition of Kyle Lowry. Number 3 is Bucks. Number 4 is Bulls. 5 is Hornets. And then 6 is Celtics. 7 is Sixers. 8 is Wizards. 9 is Hawks. 10 is Pacers. So you and I have them in similar spots.
We all have the same teams.
Yes,
but
it's just Hornets I have higher than you. I have Wizards lower, but you and I agree on 10.
Yeah. Okay. So let's do the play-in. So the play-in, how it works, how it did last season, 7 and 8 play. The winner is the 7th seed. Then the loser of that game will go play the winner of the 9-10 game. The 9-10 play, and the winner of that game plays, again, the loser of the 7-8 game. And the winner of that loser of 7-8 and winner of 9-10 game plays in the playoffs as an 8th seed. So let's get it rocking. So my my first game in the play-in would be Celtics versus Hornets. I have the Celtics winning that game. And then the 76ers, who are my 9 seed, play the 10 seed Pacers. I have the 76ers winning that game. And then the Hornets versus 76ers, I have 76ers winning that game. The 76ers get the 8 seed in the playoffs. The Celtics get the 7 seed. What about you?
Okay, so 9 and 10 is Pacers versus Hawks. I have Hawks winning that. Then 7 and 8 is Sixers versus Wizards. I have Wizards winning. So then my 8 seed is the Hawks, because then they would play the Sixers, and I have the Hawks beating the Sixers.
So you have Wizards at 7, Hawks at 8.
Yes.
Got it.
So then now 1 versus 8 seed. I'll go, then you go.
Sure.
So I have Nets versus Hawks. I have Nets winning that one.
Okay. My 1 versus 8 is Bucks versus 76ers, and I have the Bucks winning that.
That's a rematch of the
Second round.
The second round. Yeah.
Oh no, this year it was
it wasn't. Yeah, it was the Hawks, because the Hawks beat.
Well, the year before that it was the second round.
Okay. Yeah, I couldn't. I was like, oh wait, there's nothing there. So
Well,
now
2 years.
Yeah, 4 years, 2 years. But I was thinking of last year, and I was like, there's nothing there. It
Yeah.
was what I predicted.
2 versus
last
7.
year. Yeah. So 2 versus 7 is Bulls versus Hornets, and I have the
No,
Bulls
Wizards.
win. Oh, oops. I looked above. So is Heat versus Wizards. I have Heat winning.
Got it. My 2 versus 7 is Nets versus Celtics. I have the Nets winning.
So now I have 3 seed versus 6 seed. Bucks versus Celtics. I have Bucks winning that one.
I have Bulls versus Hawks, and I have the Bulls winning.
Now we go to 4 versus 5. Bulls versus Hornets. I have Bulls winning that.
I have Heat versus Wizards, and I have the Heat winning.
So now we go to Nets. So the 1 seed versus the winner. The 1 versus 8 seed versus the 4 seed versus the 5th seed. The winner of that. So my case, it is Nets versus Bulls. I have Nets winning that.
I have Bucks versus Heat, and I have the Heat winning that.
Wow, you and I have the Bucks versus Heat again. Like, we both have that. And I have the Heat winning as well.
Wow. Okay. My other series is Nets versus Bulls, and I have the Nets winning that. Now for the Eastern Conference Finals.
Wait, did you and I agreed on who we have in the conference finals for the East, right?
We have Nets and Heat.
Yeah. And we have the Nets beating the Bulls.
Do you have the Nets beating the Bulls?
Yeah.
And do you have the Bucks beating the Heat beating the Bucks?
Yes.
Oh wow. Okay. Oh wow. And then do you have the Nets beating the Heat?
Yeah.
Oh wow. Okay. Well, wow.
I really thought you would have picked Bucks on this. Like, I thought you would have picked Bucks versus Heat. Bucks winning.
I think the Bucks are going to have a better regular season, but wow,
I think Kyle
awesome.
Lowry is the difference to me in the Heat.
For playoffs, yeah, but I don't think that affects them all that much in the regular season.
I think it's going to affect him in the regular season. That's why you and I disagree on the Heat. I've also been high on the Heat whenever we do these, because I think I had the Heat at like 3. Maybe I think I had him at the 1 last year.
You had them high.
I had them very high, so I'm always high on them.
Wow, so we have the Nets making the finals.
Yeah,
we have the same second round and Eastern Conference final. That is insane.
That's okay. So let's go to the West. There's no way you and I agree on this.
Yeah, this is going to be far different. So I'll start 1 through 10. Number 1, Nuggets. 2, Lakers. 3, Suns. 4, Jazz. 5, Warriors. 6, Mavericks. 7, Grizzlies. 8, Clippers. 9, Spurs. 10, Kings.
So Portland is out of yours.
Yes.
Is Dame gone in this world?
Here, you do your top 10. I'll think while you do that.
Okay, so my number 1 is Warriors. I think there's going to be a surprising number 1, and that's the Warriors. So I have them at 1.
You're
But at
scaring
2,
me, but okay.
I was like, I don't think the Lakers make it, and I didn't want to put the Nuggets. So 2, I have Lakers. 3, I have Mavs. So
Wow.
I think the Mavs are going to be a great regular season team, and I think Luka is winning MVP this year.
Okay.
I think he's winning. So 3 is Mav, 4 is Nuggets, 5 is Suns, 6 is Jazz, 7 is Clippers, 8 is Grizzlies, 9 is Portland, 10 is Pelicans.
Okay. To answer back on your point, I do think Dame leaves. I was thinking
Okay.
about it. I think he's I
So
think he's going.
that would explain, because in my thing, I don't think Dame's traded. So I think Dame stays. That's why I have him at 9.
Got it. Okay. Well, let's move into the play-in. So my 7 versus 8, the team that will get the 7 seed, Grizzlies versus Clippers. Clippers, I have winning. 9 versus 10, Spurs versus Kings, I have the Spurs winning. And then the loser of the 7-8 game was the Grizzlies, and the winner of the 9-10 game was the Spurs. I have Grizzlies versus Spurs. I have the Spurs making the playoffs as the 8 seed.
That's a rematch from last year. Play-in.
That was the 9-10 game, yeah. But now
Yeah.
I'm having it as the play-in game to get to the 8 seed.
Okay, so my 7 and 8 team is 7 is Clippers versus Grizzlies. I have Clippers winning that as well, but they're the higher seed. And then it's Grizzlies facing Portland, because I have Portland beating the Pelicans, and then Grizzlies win that. So then my number 1 is Warriors versus Grizzlies. I have the Warriors winning that.
My 1 versus 8 is Nuggets versus Spurs. I have the Nuggets winning that.
Okay.
2
Now
versus
we go second seed. So that's Lakers versus Clippers. Battle of LA in the first round. I have Lakers winning that.
I have Lakers versus Clippers too, and I have the Clippers winning.
Really? Wow. Okay. Okay. Is Kawhi? Kawhi could be back, right? Could he pull a Kucherov?
Oh no, he'll be back for the playoffs. He'll be back for the
Okay.
playoffs.
Oh, he's pulling a Kucherov. Without
I guess so.
Okay. Okay. Interesting. So now
3
3
versus 6.
versus 6. So I have Mavs versus Jazz. I have Jazz winning. So I think the Mavs are going to be a great regular season team. But the thing is, Jason Kidd is not going to do well. Porzingis is not going to do well in the playoffs. It's just going to be Luka. And I think that's what they do, a great regular season, and then they lose to the Jazz in the first round.
I have Suns versus Mavs. Suns is a 3 seed, Mavs is a 6 seed. I have the Mavs winning.
Really? Okay. Interesting. So you think Kidd gets the first playoff series win since the 2011 championship?
Yes.
Interesting. Did not expect that. So now 4 versus 5, I have Nuggets versus Suns, rematch of the second round last year. I have Nuggets winning.
I have Jazz versus Warriors. I have the Warriors winning.
Interesting. So then my second round is the winner of the first seed versus the winner of the 4th and 5th seed. It's Warriors versus Nuggets. I have Nuggets winning that.
I have Nuggets versus Warriors. We the exact opposite, but I also have the Warriors winning that.
Interesting. And then I have winner the Lakers versus Jazz, and I have Lakers winning that.
I have Mavs versus Clippers in the second round, and I have the Clippers winning.
Of course you do. Be the third year.
Yeah, that's why I said that
season.
you're gonna have a panic attack if
Dude,
before the video I
so
said that he was gonna have
mad.
a panic attack. I could only imagine if my prediction goes right, Mavs versus Clippers in the second round, the Clippers win.
I would be so mad. I hate them so much. I hate Jason Kidd as our coach and all the moves we did, or the moves we didn't do. So
now Western Conference Final.
yes, Lakers versus Nuggets. This is 2 years ago rematch. I have Nuggets winning.
I have Warriors versus Clippers, and I have the Warriors winning.
Wow, that's a rematch from
The first round in 2018.
Yeah, when Kevin Durant was still on the Warriors. That's when
2019.
they lost to the
2019.
Raptors. Yeah, that's when they lost to the Raptors. Interesting. So now our finals, Nuggets versus Nets, is mine.
Mine's
My
Nets versus
prediction.
Warriors.
Nets versus Warriors.
Who do you got winning and in how many games?
Okay, so I want to guess yours. I'm going to say Warriors in 7. Warriors in 7. For me, my actual prediction for me is Nuggets versus Nets in 7.
Who wins?
Nuggets.
Got it. I have Warriors beating the Nets in 6.
So close. I wanted to go 6. I'm like, no, he's gonna have to go full. Dang.
Well, because the Warriors would have to win it. Because I have the Warriors as a 5 seed, I think they're going to win it on their home court. And because home court advantage would go to the Nets, they'd win it in Game 6.
Interesting. That's also a lot of storylines because of Kevin Durant.
Heading back to Golden State.
Finals MVP. I'm gonna guess yours again. I'm gonna guess Steph Curry.
I'm going to guess yours is Jokic.
Yes, you're correct on my predictions. Jokic.
Yeah. I'm Curry.
Okay, so that would really put the exclamation point on Curry.
As a career.
Because that's the main thing. He's like, no, they hasn't gotten a Finals MVP.
If exactly what happened played out, and he retired after the season, he'd be a Hall of Famer. I don't necessarily know if he retired right now, he would be. He hasn't played enough games because of his injuries that he's had, and he probably would be, but it would be like not first ballot. I think if what I just predicted happens, he's a first ballot Hall of Famer if he retires after the season, and probably moves into my top point guard spot.
Top all time.
Yeah. It's really close between him and Magic, and I still give the edge to Magic right now.
I'd probably give the edge to Magic. Curry did change the game, though.
But if what I just predicted happened, do you think Curry is number 1? Yeah.
I'd probably still defer to Magic.
But Curry did it without KD. Curry did it without all the help that he's had. I mean, I know he still has Clay, but Clay's not been 100%. Magic during all of his championships had Kareem.
Yeah, I know. That's a good point. I just probably defer to Magic.
Right now, it's Magic.
But if he retires right after this, I probably defer to Magic. But if he goes another season or two, I probably would end up going with Curry, seeing what else he would do.
I would have to give it to Curry. If what I just predicted happens, I give it to Curry. I give Curry the number 1 point guard spot.
So you and I have alternating or differing views on the Warriors. I think they're going to do great in the regular season, not do well.
Well, I mean, it's the same thing with the Mavs. You have the Mavs as a 3 seed. I have them as a 6 seed. You don't think they're going to win a playoff round. I do. I mean, there's teams that I see as regular season successes and teams that you see as postseason successes, and we have a lot of those flipped.
Yeah. It's not what I was expecting. Because
we're really close. Like, we both had Nuggets versus Warriors. We had 3 of the 4 second rounds the exact same. You had Nuggets versus Warriors, right?
How many teams Yeah, I have Nuggets versus Warriors. I have Nuggets winning. You have Warriors. And basically, whoever wins that series wins the championship, in our opinion.
Yeah.
In our opinion.
That is the NBA championship.
Wow.
That's the finals.
What teams do you have out of the playoffs, but I have in the playoffs? Like, I have Portland. Is that it?
Well, no, you don't have Portland in the playoffs. You have Portland in the play-in. The play-in isn't technically the playoffs.
Who do I have ranked and that you don't have ranked?
I
have Portland and Pelicans.
That's
you have That's it.
I have Spurs and Kings. Those are the 2 teams. I have Spurs and Kings. You have Pelicans and Portland.
So you and I only disagree on 2 teams
out of 20.
You and I have them in different spots. Like, I thought it was going to be like 5 or 6. I have a team high, and you don't think they're making the playoffs. I was not expecting this.
Well, I mean, we both have the Lakers in the same spot. We both have the Clippers eventually getting the 7 seed. We have a lot of similar series. And I'm really surprised that we had Bucks versus Heat winning, and Nets versus Bulls, Nets winning, and Nets versus Heat, Nets winning. We had the Eastern Conference after the first round exactly the same.
Yeah. I just think I was tempted to put Nets and Lakers, but I'm like, I think
I don't have the Lakers winning a round.
I know. And that's probably the more likely option of the Lakers not making it far in the playoffs than the Nets not making it far in the playoffs, if that makes sense. Because the Lakers have such an intriguing big 3. Because you have Russ, LeBron, and Anthony Davis.
None of them have been historically known as shooters.
Yeah, who's Who's the best 3-point shooter?
Oh, it
in
has
that
to be
group?
LeBron, easy.
Yeah,
But
okay, yeah, that's what I'm saying. LeBron.
LeBron's also the best. Is he the best passer? I'm gonna say no. I'm gonna say Russ is a better passer than LeBron,
Really?
but it's really
I'd probably
close.
say LeBron better passer.
No,
Th-
the reason why is because Russ, you don't have to guard him at the 3-point line, but he still gets 20 assists. How's that possible? You don't have to guard him 100% at the 3-point line, but somehow he still gets 20 assists. When I think that's why I think Rondo is one of the best passers ever because he couldn't score from the majority of his career. But if you can still get assists and they know you're not going to score, that's next level stuff. But
Mhm.
sometimes you have to double team LeBron, and that's going to get him assists off rip.
That's true. Who's the second best 3-point shooter?
Anthony
Is it
Davis.
Russ? Okay, I was about to say Anthony Davis too. So Russ is the worst out of that three.
Yep.
So interesting. And then Celtics. You have them
I have
pretty.
them at 7.
You have them at 7.
What do you have?
Okay, I'm at 6.
Okay, well that's not a different.
And then the big thing is Hornets. I think Hornets do really well.
You
even
have
though
them at.
they-
You have them at.
5.
I have them at 8. You have them at 5. We basically switched the Wizards and Hornets. You have the Wizards at 8, right?
Yeah, I have Wizards at 8.
I have Wizards at 5, and you
Like,
have
I almost
Hornets.
put the Wizards high. It was just I looked at the other teams and I'm like, do I think they can beat them? Or do I think they would be better? I'm like, or be higher. And I was like, no. But I really like the Warriors.
I technically
really
don't
like
have the
Wizards.
Hornets making the playoffs because during the regular season I have them 8 and 5, but the Hornets I think lose to the Celtics and lose to the 76ers, and the 76ers end up jumping in. But we had a lot more similar than I thought, but I could only imagine if we're sitting here come June and we're watching a Mavs versus Clippers second round.
I would be so stressed. The blood pressure I would feel. Just, oh my gosh. I hate that
Especially if that
so
went 7
much.
again.
If it went 7 and then, oh my god.
And that series would be in Dallas. That game 7 would be in Dallas.
Are you serious?
Yeah, I have the Mavs as a 6 seed and the Clippers as a 7 seed. So the
So you
Mavs
and I
would
would
have
be at that game. You and I would be at that game.
it would be in the summer. We would probably be at,
we would be at that game.
we definitely would.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, oh my gosh. Yeah, but I really like the Wizards. Like I like there's no, you do have oh my gosh,
Spencer Dinwiddie,
Spencer Dinwiddie. Like that's
Montrezl Harrell.
I know, and then Kuzma isn't bad.
Yeah, it's going to be a crazy season. I'm really excited for our predictions. It's really going to be make or break during the regular season. Like if we can get the playoff teams right. And again, what it says is playoff teams. So we have picking the right playoff teams. So we need the 1 through 8 in the playoffs. That's how we're going to do our prediction. But we did the play-in too because we're going to get a point for the play-in games.
Gotcha. Okay. So let us know what you think about Austin and I. Make sure to check out the NHL episode because that one is fun as well with our predictions.
Yep.
And check out our other opinions episode, like NFL opinions of the week, for October 10th. I've never spoken or felt that positive about a Cowboy squad in my lifetime. And then we of course missed like some big news in hockey when we recorded that one.
Well, I think it happened right afterwards, right?
No, I'm talking about Charlie McAvoy.
Oh, that just happened today, though.
Well, yeah, but like, would have been like great to talk about. So we'll have to talk about that next time.
Yep.
But make sure to check out all of those and stay updated. Check out Twitter, OutsidersPod21. Thank you for listening to Outsiders Opinions.